Maybe this is you. You're all excited to go to the gym for the first time. Yay! You're gonna get so much progress. So you go to the gym, you buy your gym membership, and then you walk in for the first time. And then it all overwhelms you. You've absolutely no idea what exercises you're going to do. Listen, if you're watching this kind of video, you probably want to get jacked. And from what the science says, there's so many different ways to do it. And if you want my free workout plan, I'm putting it at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So first, let's start with the split. Some people will talk about like full body, they'll talk about upper lower, talk about push-pull legs, even anterior posterior. I didn't know people did this until recently when someone I was talking to, he was like, oh yeah, I do anterior posterior. Anyways, so people always ask, what is the best split? Like, okay, well, full body, you have high frequency, you go to the gym pretty often, but like, you have to train your whole body. You might get tired or something. Whereas upper lower, you only train your upper body on the first day and then lower body on the second day. In my opinion, the best split is the one that you'll actually do, the one that you can commit to. So, this means effectively having the most fun for people. Like, if you don't find working out fun, then you're probably not going to keep doing it. Half of the enjoyment of working out is seeing your progress in the mirror, but the other half is like all the countless hours you put into the gym. So if you're not going to like those countless hours, then you're not going to go. It's as simple as that. So basically, the best split is the one that you can actually commit to. So here's my recommendation. It completely depends on the amount of time that you have to spare to go to the gym and how many days you'll feel energized to. Now, if you're new and you don't have a lot of time, this is a pretty common situation, right? You only have like a few hours per week. My strong suggestion would be to do full body workouts. So basically, you'll train your whole body on that one day, and then maybe you'll take a rest day, and then the next day you would do another full body workout. And these full body workouts, they're very time efficient. You can get almost all your muscles done in like an hour to an hour and a half, and then that's it, right? You're done. You can do it like 2-3 times a week, call it there. You'll get pretty strong over time, and it's a pretty foolproof workout plan. However, if you're someone with a bit more time, you could make it to the gym like 5 to 6 times a week. You might like the bro split. The important part is not what's optimal. The important part is which one will you have the most fun doing. Because, again, if you don't have any fun doing it, then you're not going to do it. So the bro split is a very ego-stroking, fun split. Basically, the first day, you'll train your chest. Then the second day, you'll train your arms. The third day, you'll train your shoulders. The fourth day, you'll train your legs. And then the fifth day, you'll train your back. And a lot of people love this split. And the reason is because, everyone likes training arms, right? So imagine you get to train in arms for like a really long time. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty intuitive why people like it. But as I was saying, what I would recommend for a lot of beginners is to try a full body workout. It's very easy to commit to because you only have to go a couple times a week. It's very effective, high frequency. You get a lot of volume in. And in my opinion, it's actually the most fun. And the reason that I think it's the most fun is because if you're training your full body, that means you get to train your favorite muscle almost every time that you go to the gym. Like, you're going to do a curl variation close to every time you go to the gym, right? So that means you get to do curls like every time you go. Another reason to consider full body is actually how simple it is to create a program. It's extremely simple. So the outline that I think a lot of people do, they have like 2 different days. So the first day is like their A day, where they do squats, bench press, and then a bunch of other exercises. And then their B day, the second day, they'll do like maybe a back exercise or an overhead press variation, and also like a hinge variation, like a deadlift. and then on top of that they add whatever extra exercises to cover the rest of their body. So these workouts are very simple. You do the exercise and it's done. There's a lot of creativity you can have with it, but if you want to keep it extremely simple, you can just have a very bare bones minimalist style, which is really helpful for a lot of people who are busy. But there's an important part about whatever split you choose. I mean, obviously I recommend full body, but it's how you actually make the gains. So when you first go to the gym, let's say you do a barbell back squat, right? The first time you go, you add 10 pounds on each side and you do 10 reps. And you find that pretty tough. Because each time that you go, a little bit of muscle should be built, you should try your best next time you go. Now, obviously, you should be working on your form if it's your first couple times, but as time progresses, if you are able to increase your squat from, if you do 10 reps with a 10 on each side, you increase that to 10 reps with a 20 on each side, then your legs will be significantly bigger, right? That's a significant jump. It's a lot of strength that you need, a lot of effort. It takes a few weeks to get there, but increasing the weight over time, also known as progressive overload, is a very important factor. If you aren't progressively overloading your lifts, especially your big compound ones, don't expect to see that much progress. Another consideration, if you play a sport and you're on the in-season of the sport, right, like if you play football and it's in season, then you probably are going to be practicing almost every day, right? So you're not going to have that much time or energy to be lifting. So on days that you not actually playing sports, a lot of coaches will put athletes on full body programs because, one, they're super time efficient, and two, they don't take as much energy, right? So if you're already playing a sport and you wanted to implement weightlifting to get better at that sport, then my suggestion, unless you already have a program from a coach that you trust, would be to use a full body program. Keep it simple. Just get stronger at those main lifts and your sports performance will increase significantly. And this is my workout plan that I was talking about before. So I've kept it very, very simple. I don't want people to get overwhelmed. These are basic, very fundamental human movements that everybody in the gym should really know how to do these. Yeah, so I'm trying to make these plans very, very minimalist because I think that a lot of beginners, they'll see a plan online, let's say it's like a push-pull legs, and then they'll get really overwhelmed, they'll miss days, the program, they don't know all the exercises, so I've kept them to be very fundamental movements that you'll have to learn eventually. They might take time to perfect your form, watch a lot of videos, practice it. Week by week, you should expect your form to improve. And if you actually are someone, you don't know if your form is perfect because there's no mirrors or something, or you can't tell because you can't see that part of your body, right? My suggestion would be to ask someone in your gym who you trust, so someone probably bigger than you, would be like, oh, hey, can you give me some advice on my form? And then they'll be like, okay, sure. Like 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say no. And then they'll give you some useful advice that you can implement. Okay, I hope that helps a lot to those of you who really feel like that you don't know what to do when you're at the gym. Just all the choices of exercise scares you. Just really go down on the fundamental, basic ideas. Practice those simple lifts. Practice your form. Perfect them. And then move on to other exercises. Try some new stuff after. Okay.